What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Lush Exchange. How y'all doing?
Hey
How you
y'all.
doing? We are on time today. Everything's going smooth. It's gonna be an epic episode again because when we got topics like this, people, you already know the turn up be real. So we got some very hot topics tonight. A lot of
Very.
controversy, a lot of envelopes being pushed today. So
hmm
you might want to go ahead and tell your friends and your mama and everybody to come on and tune into Lush Exchange right now. Share this content out. If you're on Facebook, go on over YouTube and give us a subscribe. We're really still trying to get to that 500. I mean, this is probably the longest 500 we've been trying to get people,
Oh my God.
but we appreciate you, people. Look, we got people in the chat already. Y'all making us feel so special. Hey, Mom First Alwayz, James, and Facebook user.
Hey
Unfortunately,
James.
you got to tell us
I'm
who you
pretty
are.
sure. I'm pretty sure that's my boo Amy.
Well, if this is
Amy, go
Amy,
to my
hello,
page.
Amy.
Go to the live on my page so we can
There
see
you
you.
go. Yes. Go to Miss Nikki's page so we can at least see your name so we can give you the proper recognition. We appreciate y'all tuning in today. Look at us. Go ahead. Y'all already in here. Hey, how you doing, other
Hey,
Facebook
another
user?
Facebook user.
It is Amy. It is Amy. Well, thank you.
I knew.
But let's get everybody to come on in here. Appreciate you guys tuning in to us tonight. But it's gonna be that episode. And y'all know how Lush Exchange gets sometimes. So please clutch your pearls right about now because we about to get in it. So let's talk about the start of this since everybody piling in just a little bit. And let's go ahead and introduce who we are in case you don't even know who we are. And we'll start
Who
off.
is who?
Who is we?
Who? Who
So
is we?
who is that blonde haired woman over there next to me? Who is she?
I am Miss Nikki V, and this is
Miss Maggie T with our yes, thank you. You love the shirts. Thank you. Purple Rain people.
right. With
You already
everything
know what
going
today
on,
is.
yeah, y'all know what today is. But with everything going on, I have seen very few posts.
I
Just paying homage
know.
and paying respect. I know there's so much going on right now, so I know that's why I haven't seen it. But y'all, this man, he was a for real goat. He was a for real goat. So we are paying our respect, paying homage to the one and only Prince. Oh, rest in peace,
Mm-hmm.
because it still hurts that he's no longer here.
Absolutely. And because he's a fellow Gemini. So, us
Of
Geminis, we
course.
have to stick together. So,
Okay.
a day couldn't go without us paying some type of honor to him. So that's how it is. And I see some other Hays and love the shirts. And
hmm
y'all going over to Miss Nikki's
Hey,
page for this
yeah.
video. Or
Or
better,
Miss Maggie,
even better, come to
whichever one.
YouTube or
Yeah,
YouTube.
that part.
If you got a YouTube page as well, go ahead and comment on there so we can at least know who you are. Cause I see a whole bunch of hey ladies. Hey James, how you doing?
Right.
Let's get it, Georgia. GA, how you doing? Appreciate you guys. But let's go ahead and get into it since we introduced who we are. Let me put these and so tonight's episode, like I said, it's gonna be several topics. But let's start it off with the very first one. We got our Lush Buzz. And what our Lush Buzz is pretty much just trending topics for the most part. What's hot at the moment. And of course, we have a couple of things at the end that we want to save towards the end. But this one right here is about Miss Lizzo. Miss Thing is feeling
Lizzo.
herself. She's feeling herself right about now. One thing, she's shooting her shot at Mr. Captain America. And he actually replied back and was like, hey, once Captain America kind of ends, he's free pretty much. So he kind of, they played with it and it was cute and fun. And I just thought that was gorgeous. But it's kind of in light of what she did to put awareness to put down body shaming, now I'm going to put this picture up, people. Y'all get ready for this because some people may have not seen it. But this is her in her full flesh. unfiltered. So, just letting you know. So I'm expecting
There's
the
your
comments to
warning.
blow up. It's a warning. So if you got children right about now, please put them away. You know, send them out the room and say,
eyes.
you know what, cover their eyes, because I'll just flash it just a little bit. But let me take this thing off. Okay, I'm sorry about that, people.
Hey,
But
Lizzo.
yes, she has for Dove. She's is endorsed by Dove. So it's a body pretty much she shared her unnaked selfie to change the conversation about beauty standards for the most part. So this is the purpose of it. It's unfiltered. It's just her in her natural state. No makeup, none of that. So I'm gonna take it down though, because you know, don't want Facebook to be mad at me. But that's the picture, people. That's the picture. So, of course, because she's not a slim little, you know, she is who she is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She's showing her natural self. Rose, everything. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
I love it. Hey, Antonio.
You know, me, I love it. I love that she is comfortable, and she's been comfortable in her skin since she started with this. When everybody was like, you're too big to be a performer. You're doing this. And she had beautiful, big women on stage with her, you know, dancing and doing their thing, in shape for one thing. Now, people always misconstrue that somebody of a size can't get around and get to it, you know what I'm saying, and get moving and do their thing, but they on there having them a good old time. I love the positivity that she brings to her performances and who she is. People shamed her for at least wanting to get a little healthy and lose a little weight. She might have done it because it was for health reasons, you know what I'm saying? But they was like, even the people that was admiring her for her size before she lost the weight, they felt that she was also turning against them for losing a little weight. But could have been for health reasons as well. You still got to perform and you still got to get it. You know, like I said, they're moving around, they're doing a lot. Maybe it was a lot on her to be a little bit heavier at that time.
Sure.
But she's not getting skinty. You know, she's not trying to go down to like a little 2 size. No, she's going to be who she is. Definitely. I don't see anything what's wrong with what she was, you know, she's beautiful. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. What you think about that, Nikki?
I agree. Like since the beginning, what I love about her is she's given 0 fucks from day one. She has not changed. And it doesn't matter how much criticism she gets, how much trolling she gets. I mean, you gotta respect that. I mean, and then for the big people who are mad at her for losing weight, like, are you serious? Like, no. People are entitled to do whatever is best for them. They don't have to live for you because you're not strong enough to behave in the manner that she behaves in. You want her to stay in a box. No, ma'am. No, sir. She is supposed to do as everybody is supposed to do. You're supposed to live for yourself and do what's best for you. So I clap for her. I will always clap for her. Hey, we all need the type of confidence that she has and the type of, I don't give a damn, F y'all and what y'all talking about. I'm going to do me. Everybody needs to be like, that's what's wrong with the world today. Not enough people are courageous enough and confident enough to do them. So I'm happy for her. Go, boo. Do it.
Do it. That's what I'm saying. Be comfortable with who you are. And Amy said, I love Lizzo and Drake. Absolutely. With your eyes, you're peeking.
What you looking at?
What you're looking at. I hope you caught the picture. But yes, you know, and speaking of loving the skin that she is in, you know, in, you know, honor of this whole movement, because I love it. Absolutely. I'm definitely been seeing a lot more people become natural. Like look at Alicia Keys and people like that. Rihanna. People are getting on Rihanna for putting on some weight. and trying to body shame her a little bit. And, you know, she's doing this makeup line and she's like bringing her natural self to the screen and say, hey, this is what I look like without makeup, but I will apply this. You know what I'm saying? You said, what picture?
That's what you get for being late.
That's what you get. So you have to go back and watch it. You know, go look up Lizzo. She had her natural body picture. She's all on social media. You'll find it.
It's on her Instagram. Yeah, if you follow her on
Instagram,
it's on there. But it's Rihanna, y'all. Y'all better shut the hell up. She's gonna be
she put on some weight, and I
see
people was like, oh, you know, like talking about her. It was like, shit. I'm always like, I'm always small, but I've been to a higher, you know, bigger size myself based on, you know, what I was eating and doing things like that. And, you know, love me or hate me, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. And Rihanna looked damn good. Absolutely.
No matter what that woman does, she gonna look good. So,
so let's get into just a little extra body positivity because we love it. And this right here is, you don't need any type of validation. This whole picture says it all right here. Nothing.
I mean, hey.
Not airbrush, nothing. Just beautiful.
Oh no, I wouldn't go that far. But it's that in the spirit of loving the skin that you're in. That's how I do mine. I do love the skin I'm in. And as a matter of fact, I might be doing a photo shoot this weekend. And this body is a whole different body than past photo shoots. And guess what? I'm going to flaunt
you don't care.
This body just like I flaunt, you know, past photo shoots. So I don't care. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care. You know, as long as my girls are not embarrassed of me, I don't give a good god dang what any of y'all think. As long as those girls still love me and they're not embarrassed of me, I don't care. So yes, absolutely. I love Lizzo's spirit, her attitude, everything. Flaunt what you have. And if you want to work on it, fine. If not, fine. But be confident in yourself. And that's where I'm at with it.
Absolutely. That picture just says confidence to me. I mean, all of that says confidence. You know?
Rolls and all.
Rolls and all. One more time, Dre. Just one more time.
Rolls and all. There
confidence.
You go, Dre.
I don't care.
Since you claimed you was working, since you claimed you had a job, there you go. There's the
I don't care. So we're going to put it, we're going to take it down now. Go ahead and look her up. You know, but beautiful. Beautiful. And the funny thing is, men don't care about those supermodels and video vixens. And, you know, of course it looks good because you've altered and, you know, did what you had to do. But guess what? When the clothes come off, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about none of that. They lifting it right on and going right to town. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I'm very comfortable with walking around butt naked. I will sit there, I say it all the time. I will sit there and have a whole conversation with you, butt ass naked. How's your day, sir? I'm telling you. Straight out the shower, just like, okay, so what we gonna do today? Yep, you know what? You know, having a whole conversation with you. Because guess what? I used to have walking around. Well, if I could, my children, Lord, I wish when they're alone. I know your children.
Yeah,
but you know, I have a male in the house, so it's like I wish I could just walk around butt ass naked. I would love it.
It's all girls over here, so yeah, I'm walking around. I don't care. Full blown conversations. I walk into the kitchen, getting something out the fridge. I don't care. The girls, they tease me off to, Mom, put some clothes on. No, I don't. For what?
But I definitely had a long time ago because, you know, I've always been just little. Of course, I was stick thin to where it was just like, Lord, eat something, baby. Please eat something. And I ate something every day. I was like the queen of eating and just couldn't gain nothing. So me being naked at that time was, I had to learn to accept who I was, you know, because everybody had the curves and all this going on. I was just straight up straight up and down, you know. Still is for the most part, you know. I filled in just a slight, you know, but I'm not ashamed to say that. I had to look in the mirror and talk to myself, and you know, and love myself. It was like, there's no changing me. I'm not going to get altered. I'm not going to go ahead and get all this surgery. You know, even being small, I got a belly. I had kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch what I eat. I'm doing it now because of my blood pressure. But shoot, I was eating everything I wanted to. So it went up, went down. I didn't have a, you know, little six pack or none of that. I was just like, you know what? Whatever. This is what I see in the mirror. And guess what? Everybody that I dealt with didn't have a problem with it either. It was never an issue about, ooh, yeah, cover that up. No, they loved it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to also, even though they loved it and they said, no, there's nothing about you I don't like. I had to see it in myself too, though. That was my complex about it. So now I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? If I don't look like this person on the magazine or whatever, oh well. I love who I am. I love who I see in that mirror, you know, and that's what we have to teach everybody. We body shame people because they're comfortable in what they look like. They're happy with what they look like. That's what you want. You know, these people, especially when they come out and, you know, these celebrities don't wear makeup all the time. I'm sorry.
Right.
So you're going to catch them going to the grocery store. You're going to catch them catching a flight. You're going to catch them in their natural state. They do this to present something for you because you guys body shame. So if you don't look like a certain thing, we're not paying attention to it. You know? Ooh, look at these coming. Let me get into it, though. And people do have jobs, Miss Valdez. Well, you ain't working right now, sir. Yes, please. Lizzo. Come on, give me something, Sean Dunn, comedian. What you got to say about Miss Lizzo? Be real, people. I love it. I love it.
There's a longer comment from Sean about where Lizzo lost him. I think if you scroll down a little bit.
Okay, I see it right there. There's a lot of people booing out and crying about the backlash. You wanted attention and cried when it wasn't what she wanted. Nothing at all due to how she looks.
Remember at the Lakers game? I think it was the Lakers game. She had her booty out, and they gave her hell on that one.
But maybe that time she was still having some issues with accepting who she was.
Because she was confident enough to wear it, and you were confident enough to go out in public with it at an NBA basketball game, no less. The Lakers, no less. So you know the crowd is going to be bananas. You know it's going to be broadcast on TV, so everybody and their mama's going to see it. So I was a little, why don't backpedal? Like own that shit. But we're all human at the end of the damn day. I can't imagine getting that much. Getting that much over, you know, what she wore. But she's still Lizzo. She still gives zero fucks, and I love that about her. So.
You know, and Amy says she's working on her confidence. You know, like she.
Yes, bro.
And see, I'm glad you said that, Amy, because guess what? Maybe that outfit was her way of saying, you know what? I'm working on my confidence. I don't give a shit what nobody got to say. Let me show you. But at the same time, she still could have been fragile inside because it's her first time attempting a stunt like this. And people, y'all do understand people, you know, how ruthless it can be about somebody a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen her call all kinds of whales and pigs. And, you know, I was seeing that kind of stuff. So she probably regretted doing that. You know what I'm saying?
She cried and everything. But at the end of the day, she still remains. I don't care about what y'all think. I'm going to live my life how I want to live my life. Damn what y'all talking about. So.
Yeah. And Dre, I posted a shirt off picture on Instagram. I deleted it at first, but after a while I put it, there you go. You have to gain that confidence. When you put that picture out, you was like, you know what? I want people to see this. But then, of course, it was like, I'm still insecure about certain things because you look at yourself, you see more things in yourself than everybody else do sometimes. Some people are like, oh man, you all right. But you see your imperfections. You see your body, you know what you look at in that, in that picture. And it's like, oh man,
we're our own worst critic.
We are our worst critic.
We're hardest on ourselves.
So I understand why she probably backtracked on it, because she was like, I expected somebody like, yes, girl, yes, your old ass cheek is all out. Girl, go ahead with it. She didn't get that because, of course, she's not a Nicki Minaj body shape. She's not that. You know what I'm saying? So it just wasn't accepted the way she wanted to be accepted. And yes, you looking good, have mercy. Everybody looking at you. And babies show all them imperfections. Absolutely.
Yep.
You know what? One thing, what makes a woman attractive is her confidence.
That part.
She can be, I'm telling you, that's why I love plus size models. They don't care what you got to say. It's that confidence that makes them attractive. So they walk around in their heels and they strut and do their thing. And they be like, I don't care what you got to say. Because this is what I look like, whatever. I have a cousin right now just got signed, Miss Layla. She just got signed as a plus size model, and she is absolutely gorgeous. And she's a basketball player, so she got height on her and everything. So she's like a Megan. You know what I'm saying? She is, but she's naturally beautiful like that, And she loves her skin. She loves everything about her, and I adore what she's doing right now. I wish her all the best. So, the fupa is eating.
Kitty eating headrest. Right, go on and set that little forehead right there. Get a little rest. We got to.
Nick Dre said, "Call me a mechanic. Let me look underneath the hood, man." Thank you, J Rock. We keeps it real here at Lush Exchange. If people don't know who we are, look, we don't sugarcoat nothing.
Nada.
We don't, because you're not going to get this on any other show, because guess what? We want you to feel comfortable watching us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't finna, if you don't look good, you don't look good. But you know what? I thought that was tasteful. It didn't, she didn't have her titties all out.
Her nipples. Yeah, she didn't have her titty all out. Y'all better gone on somewhere.
You made a mistake in high school.
Uh-oh. What mistake was that? Do tell.
And yes, Lizzo is confident in what she do. Who are you to join? Zoom Video Plus Cash App makes dreams come true.
And what's the other one? OnlyFans.
And then Derek saying, if you want to look like then do so. Just be healthy about it. Just my opinion.
To some people she looks to some people she looks bomb, to some people she's beautiful. Everybody has a preference.
Definitely a preference, because I'm sorry, if my body ain't never had it where I had a flat stomach and I'm looking like an hourglass, sorry, all the work in the work, all the works out you're doing and everything else, you're gonna be who you're gonna be. Your body is just gonna be what it is. So
yeah, I'm
sorry, people have different body types, and it's just what it is. Embrace it. She looks ill, it might look ill to you, what I'm saying, but somebody's loving it,
somebody like it,
and Dre ain't got no job. Okay. Yeah, I said, and Lizzo having her booty out was a little over the top, but she's okay with it. So I gotta love a confident. There you go. Love a confident woman. Don't bigger woman want to lose weight to be smaller and healthy? Yes. You know what? She did lose some weight, though. That's the part that people don't understand. She probably saw that she needed to, not for the sake of fitting an image, but she probably did it for health.
Yeah, I have a little bit of an issue, James, with your wording. Like, don't bigger women want to lose weight to be smaller, healthier, and sexy?
Maybe healthier.
That sexy part. Yeah, the sexy part. Because you don't have to be a certain size to be sexy. So that part I don't agree with. But I'm sure people lose weight for whatever their reason is, because they want to look good naked, because they want to be healthier, because they want to be a certain size. The same reason why people get work done. They want to work a certain way. They have a goal for themselves. Whatever the case may be, fine. But my thing is, do it for yourself. Don't do it for somebody else. Don't do it for approval. Do it for your own self-confidence, your own mind, your own heart, all that good stuff. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Is my thing. Don't try to fit some image of being sexy according to somebody else's standards.
Narrative.
Fuck their standards. Absolutely. You define what sexy is, and then work on that to achieve that. Don't let it be for somebody else's standards. People don't care about you.
You know, because I'm not your preference, don't mean somebody else don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't like it. You think I'm going to change up because you don't? No, sir. I will move on. You know, and nobody had a problem with Nicki Minaj showed up in all her see-through dress with no bra, panties, nothing but a thong. So people can miss me with that. Absolutely.
That part.
It is definitely a double standard to certain things. It's depending on who the body is. You know. I mean, let me start turning up in here, people, because I'm not going to be sitting here and be talking about, because she's of a certain size, that ain't sexy. Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And there's one thing, there's something sexy about those fucking moments for me. It's basically confidence and fearlessness is sexy as fuck to me. Absolutely. Jamel Meeks, what you got to say, Mike?
What up, Mike?
Okay, well, we're going to get to the next comment. Oh, my God, that was me. I'm tired of neglecting myself. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, Melanie.
You took me off. Yeah, you took me off.
I didn't take you off. You supposed to be talking. Go ahead.
Hey, look. I just think that, like, the biggest problem with us now, and I just came on really just saying all the disgusting comments that was like, this is a no judgment zone. This is what Lush is all about. It's like, for me, everybody knows that I love slim women. I love thick women. I've had them all. You know what I'm saying? All different sizes. And it really just comes down to people. Like, I don't like certain things, but that's just who I am. But what I see from Lizzo, I know a lot of people, like some people like it to be conservative. Other people like it to be, like them to be very, brash, bold. Like, I don't blame her for anything in this, because me and Maggie had one thing in common. Like, I was skinny as shit in high school. I was skinny as hell in high school. I got picked on for being tall and 140. I was 6'1", 140 pounds in high school. You know what I'm saying? So if she's whatever, however, big she is, do your thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, be you confident in yourself, be that. But like, I'm seeing some comments in here, man. It's just like man, you like what you like, but you don't have to put people down because you like what you like and you don't like what you like. And that's this is what Lush is all about. It's about positivity, and that's pretty much it, man.
Thank you, Mike. You was breaking up quite a bit, so I hope people.
Yes, it was. I thought it was just me.
So I please hope everybody kind of heard that. But I agree, Mike. Because it's not your preference doesn't mean that's an ill. You know what I'm saying? It's just what you might not consider attractive. But don't shame this lady. You know, don't make it an effort to come on her post and just, oh, what are you doing? Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Forget about it. You know, why do we have to shame these people? You know, so thank you, Mike. Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, oh, that's why your lesson learned, because you know you didn't judge a skinny girl by her jeans ever again. I mean, but you never hear somebody say, "I want to be big." I actually wanted to gain weight. So
I actually
what are you
do
talking
hear
about?
people say, "Yeah, I have some skinny friends who, no matter what they eat, their metabolism smashes it. They do not gain weight." And I hear from them all the time, "I wish I could gain weight. I wish I had thighs. I wish I had some ass. I wish I had some hips." So yeah, I've heard ladies say, "I want to be bigger."
Yeah,
so
that's me. Because when I started gaining some weight, but that's when my blood pressure went up. But I was filling in areas that I was happy about. Like, you know, I had a little shape, I had a little thing going on, and I was very happy about it. So you just can't say that because maybe you didn't hear it, but it's the opposite. Bigger women might want to get smaller. Smaller women want to get bigger.
yeah. We lost Maggie. But yeah, and then there's another thing is we are never satisfied, it seems like. Like it doesn't matter what you have, you always want more, or I'll say we always want more, we always want better. So I think that's just human nature. It is what it is. Man, I did not think we were going to spend this much time on this topic.
Well, we're going to go ahead and move on. You know, appreciate y'all. I don't understand the shaming of a plus size. I'm going to get this last comment. Women, when the average size woman in America is a 16, a healthy, beautiful body doesn't just come in a size 2. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get into the next portion of this. So we talked about, it was a good topic, so I already knew we was going to kind of go in on that a little bit, but let's get into the main reason why we come up on here. And thank you, Mike. Why do people pay for companions? So we're getting into this body shaming and confidence and things like that, so it kind of plays into our main topic for today. Why do people pay for companionship after being unsuccessful at dating? So what if you are that heavier young lady or sir, and everybody looking at you like, you know, and you can't find a mate because of your size, you know what I'm saying, or anything, you know what I'm saying? You might have a something that's deformed on your body, or, you know, some type of disability, or you just you know, don't got the facial features to, you know, appeal to people, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that goes on, you know, I'm being nice about it, people. There's, you know, there's some very reasons why. Mike, are you on here or are you off? Let me remove you. Okay. But there are just some reasons why some people can't get a date. So they decided to spend a little cash on having a little company. Why do people do that? You know, so let's go ahead and you know, I've seen these comments, man. I'm seeing these comments about everything else before that. But what do y'all think about it? Let's get into the topic of, you know, why do people do that? And first portion of it is it because of low self-esteem?
That, I think that can be part of it. And rather than work on that issue, they like, damn that, I'm just gonna pay for it. Because I have had quite a few offers to be paid for just my company, and I'm like, this is where we're at now. Like this is an appropriate thing to do, to just say, hey, I'll pay you XYZ amount if you just come spend the night with me. No sex. I just want to be in your company. I that is a self-esteem thing, or if that is like, to me, you got to have some sort of confidence to even suggest that. Maybe the money gives you confidence. I don't know. I need somebody to tell me why. But like, is it really low self-esteem to offer somebody money, or is that like a power thing? Like, you feel like you have this control and this power because you have money that you can just throw away on something like somebody's company, knowing they don't really want to have anything to do with you otherwise.
I could say it can be a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's probably some of both. I see, who's that? Sean said convenient. All the pros of a relationship, but you can bail at the first sign, or you can, is that bail? Bail at the first sign of drama. Yeah, like, to me,
So
you gotta
no
have some kind of an
attachment.
audacity. Yeah. But to me, you gotta have some kind of audacity to even suggest that. But yeah, I think self-confidence or self-esteem plays an issue too, because like, you know damn well you wouldn't get a certain kind of woman without offering something. You know what I'm saying? So you think maybe you'll get her if you throw money at her, until you get the wrong one. And I'm like, no, I don't care how much money you're throwing at me. If I wouldn't spend time with you, you know, on
Before
my own free will or my own choice, just by choice, without throwing money at me, if I wouldn't do it, you know, before, I'm not going to do it for money either. So I don't know.
I think some of it has to do with they don't want to deal with the relationship aspect of things. And then, like Nikki also said about the confidence factor, it's just like, yeah, you know, shoot, I'm the man. I can throw money. I can get
what I want. Yeah,
I'm gonna get what I want
regardless.
You know,
it's throw for money.
And I've heard about that before. It's like, you know, it's like, I'm gonna throw this money and I'm gonna get her. You know, here you go. I can have whoever I want. You know, yeah, you got some nerve to kind of feel like that, you know.
Yeah, but, like, oh, where'd you get your audacity from? It was on sale today, huh?
I think for people with zero self-esteem, it's easier than the anguish of rejection and being hurt. And that's going to be into the next portion of it, you know, pretty much about that rejection. Since you kind of brought it up, is it because they are afraid of rejection? So they take the easier route. Yeah. You know, so they're afraid of they've been rejected before. So instead of even attempting to try to approach a woman or a man or whatever, whoever they're interested in, they just rather just, here you go, I got money. You gonna hang out with me because of that, you know. But they're afraid to test their luck with the next person. So and then they gotten accustomed to just throwing money and flashing it, and you know they get who they want because of that. But guess what? Is that long term though? Like, what if you really try to pursue somebody and really try to be with somebody? They just like, oh, spend money. I'll be here as long as the money is flowing.
Right.
Wherever the money reside, you know.
Where the money reside.
Where the money reside. Where the money reside.
Oh my God.
But that too, though, you know, it's just you're afraid of the rejection, so you rather just take it easier and flash a little money and get who you want from that. Which is also has to go and play with self-esteem. Because you don't feel like you have it enough in yourself to just say, hey, this is who I am. I'm me. Get to know me. You know, so you rather throw the flash at them because you are getting. And another thing, you want a certain type of female and you know this is how you have to get them at the same time. So it could just be a number of things. Let me see what some of these chats are saying. Let's see. I think opinion is if someone is not all that every way out, and what happens when the money stops rolling in for the company? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
then you're losing that company. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. You know, so why set yourself up to feel that way? Now, if you are just some rich person that is really not looking for an attachment, then you're not looking for them to stick around anyway, because you can just go to the next state and find somebody else, you know what I'm saying, feel that need or whatever. So it just depends on the person, how arrogant they are. It's like, okay, you don't want to be with me no more, all right, I can move on to the next.
Right.
Tony Hall, some people don't want to develop a relationship first and want an instant satisfaction instead of an eventual LTR. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's instant, it's quick. And they don't want to take the time out to really get to know somebody. They might naturally like you, etc. You know, definitely. Brian Jones said, I learned a long time ago that the worst thing a woman can tell you is no. At the same time, if one says no, another will say yes, and you won't need money to get that yes.
That part.
Because she wasn't for you anyway. If you are really searching for love doing this, it's not about love. That's about them dollars we throwing at her. So she going, oh baby, you know, because you paying her bills.
Right.
Oh, that's love, all right. And it said money makes a person feel in charge too. If the basis of, you know, if it's the basis of that relationship. Yeah. That's how you started off. You know, whining and dining her. That's what she expects. So she gonna always want to go to these nice restaurants. She gonna always ride in a limo. She gonna always want this because this is what you presented for her. Especially this is not even your life for real. But you came up on some money and it's just like, oh, flash, flash, flash. And then the money's gone. Then what? You have nothing to hold on to. You don't. So, you know, I think it's, like you said, a little bit of everything. Just power, insecurities about some things. And let's get into convenience as well. But another also... a lot of people don't talk about, but as well as, so you haven't been able to perform, and this can go for male and female now. You know, because you could be a lazy Betty now. You could be not quite as, you might be a little scared about certain things, and you know, or you think you know what you got going on is something, but you are as whack as whack people. That is that situation. What if, you know, you just ain't good in that department, people?
But I don't know what makes them think money is going to make that part any better. I mean, I don't know.
You gotta think about it, Nikki.
Maybe she's more willing to endure
deal with it
if she's being paid. Damn it.
She's being paid to perform and act like it's the greatest thing in the world. So, you know, and a lot of times when they're lacking in certain things, actually, sometimes these people have like certain fetishes and things that just is not accepted by a normal person. So, and it's a problem they may have too. So, you know, some people like these, because I'm in this group where it's a young lady that actually fulfill fantasies for these people. Play a role, and it'd be the weirdest type of fetishes and situations that she is an actress about, you know, and it's because they are ashamed of that, for one thing. So whoever they was dealing with didn't like it or didn't understand it, so it's like a hidden thing for them. So they still want to live out this fantasy, so they will rather pay somebody to do that for them. And of course you're getting paid, so okay, what you want me to hop up like a bunny in a bunny suit? Literally. I'm just saying, people. I know we all adults here. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I done had some weird ass requests in my inbox,
and it's just something that some people just can't get it out their head. They just look. I gotta have it. I want to live this. I want to do this. You know, that's why we got the dominatrix, and you know they be having like sessions and get together, and all of them do their little thing in a secret little group and everything, but it's respected and mutual, and nobody else talks about it outside of that. But it'd be the freakiest, craziest, you know, to an average person, it's like, what in the world, y'all? You know, but that's what they like. And look, Lush Exchange is no judgment zone, right? We're no judgment. Whatever floats your boat and get you off. We don't care what you got going on. That ain't none of our business. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I've had some pee on me requests. I've had shit on me requests. I've had, you know, act like a baby requests. So yeah, there's some pretty crazy fetishes out there that I will never understand, but it's not for me to, because it's not my fetish.
So lack of material things.
Unless someone will boldly say it, which no one will. I have my own concept. Lack of material things on my own and ability is why ladies are hesitant on relationships with me.
Okay, well.
Lack of material things on my own.
I guess you're saying you don't have it financially, that you lack things that you can provide for them. Is that what you're saying? I think that's what he's trying to say in that one. Yeah, lack of my own ability. Okay, you know, because I believe he does have a disability. So, you know, like I said, that's another thing is people that have different things that's going on with them that they're not, you know, they usually can't catch a date because of that. You know, that's holding them back. But they're a sweet, awesome person, but because of that, they can't find anybody. So yes, they'll pay for somebody in order to spend some time with people. Who y'all feel are the majority that pays for companionship, male or shoe?
Oh, that's a good question. But I think more males do it than females. I'm not saying females don't do it, because I know of some that will pay, you know, for a man's companionship, and they pay for the D, they pay for everything. But I feel men do it more than women do it. What do y'all think?
I definitely agree. I think definitely more men, because men don't want to admit to it, but they do have their insecurities as well about themselves, especially when it's about certain sizes and things like that. They kind of feel certain way. Maybe they wasn't blessed, you know, or, you know, I'm just saying it's like their physical appearance may not be, you know, everybody gawking over the light skin, look at that Shamar Moore looking man, you know, and you know, you're you know, you're average, and, you know, everybody ain't just, throwing themselves in panties and all at them. So they're looking like, what is it about this guy that you don't like, you know, you like versus me. So it's the confidence factor. A lot of men do go through that. They don't want to admit to that, but a lot of men definitely have, you know, they also have issues, you know, about the way their body looks and things. Like they want to look a certain size. And that's why, that's one thing. And whoever's a body buff here, that's why a lot of these men get into that gym and be trying to, you know, a lot of time they be trying to look good for other men, but I ain't gonna get there. But anyway, but they get in here and try to get all big and buff, and then to the point where it gets to their head and they get too, well, they can't even walk through the door until they walk like this. Hold on, let me get to the door like this. Let me go ahead and get over here. Hey, baby. Cause I can't move, but I'm gonna see how you say it. You know, you're getting a little too big. You're getting a little too big. So it's like, it becomes an addiction after a while.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody, look at the muscles and all that. Then it's like, that's going to go straight to my head. Boom. Let me get in the gym and work extra hard. Let me get these legs looking like, you know, whoever. You know what I'm saying? So men go through body problems as well. They do. And Andrew G said some people are shy, afraid of rejection. Some are antisocial, and some have anxiety. So it's hard to meet people That too. Those could be all reasons, and some people may have all those problems. I hope not. Yeah. Social, complexes, and just they're really, really, really are shy about, they see a pretty woman or male and they just lose their train of thought and don't even, whatever they say out their mouth just becoming, sounds crazy, because you're like, okay, what do I say here? Then you just say something crazy just to create no awkwardness in that situation. You're standing in front of the girl you like, and then some stupid something crazy flies out your mouth, and she's, oh, that's funny. Okay, bye. And then that was so cute though. Okay. And then of course you shut all the way down because you don't build all that confidence up to talk to that girl, especially if somebody maybe out of your league as well. You're going for that, that one that is already conceited and she know who she can grab because
right,
society made it that way. So you're going after her. You're already timid. People can sense fear, you know what I'm saying, as well. So money make a dead fish into a great white shark, from what
from what I heard.
What you talking about? Who said a bunny suit? Yes, Dre. Look it up, man. These people that be
bunny suit
getting busy in whole animal outfits. There's a whole terminology for it, but for the sake of Lush Exchange, we just won't get all into that. But
all right, Maggie, I'm gonna need you to add me to that group.
It is people. I'm telling people I'll be like, I just be in there in silence, like, okay, but yeah, it's people that get all dressed up in animal outfits and go to town with their little outfits on. You ain't hot, you ain't sweaty, you ain't.
You all of the above.
Ooh, I guess. Sean Dunn said sometimes it's beautiful women who won't be fawning over a guy. That's why dudes go to strip club. Oh, yeah, because they're already they're accustomed. That's their job to make you feel good about yourself.
Right.
So some people kind of fall for that though. It's like, oh, she loved me. Oh, I feel so special. And at the end of the day, that's just what they're paid to do.
Then
make
you turn
you feel
into
good.
Myron and you following her ass home. Like, I paid a lot of money for you. Oh God.
Somebody said, roll out and say what you mean.
Uh-oh.
For a male, it's about getting what you want with the work and trouble of dating and courting.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
They lazy, in other words. They lazy. Okay.
Dre Swole Gang.
Swole Gang. Hoe ready, all 2021. Oh, so you ready to entertain some hoes, huh? Okay.
Dre on looking like this. Hey, I can't even wipe myself because I'm just big. It's big, y'all, because I look good in my pictures. That's all I care about. I am not going to say what I want to say, man. But just saying, look it up, all right? Animal costumes, people do. And it's a whole terminology for it. Yep, as an introvert, I had experience with women when I put my foot in my mouth, so I stay quiet. Absolutely. Because, some of y'all get a little nervous, and it'd be like, you can see that it'd be the cutest thing, though. It'd be like, oh,
I know.
You would be trying not to look like, oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah. But at the same time, I've shot my shot before when I didn't feel like they were shooting their shot at me. That's me. I'm a little.
I've done that before.
I can be a little aggressive. I'm that woman that if I see some, I might. Now I'm scared to death because you might turn me down.
Okay.
I calculate and I select who I think I should shoot my shot at. It's been rare, but I've shot my shot at people and I've been nervous as hell about it. Like, ooh, what is he gonna think about this?
Right.
I've been there, and I've been in awkward, uncomfortable situations where I wasn't comfortable, but I liked them. So it was like, how do you begin this conversation in the first place? So I've been there. And Mom First Alwayz network, I read a man pay for companionship than rape a woman.
Well, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Don't because there's some horrible people out there. They'll just take what they want. I can get whatever I want because I'm going to steal it. Those people don't get no respect. I don't throw the book at them. Every last one of them, that people that think that way. But yes, I'd rather for a man to pay for it and instead of definitely taking it. What y'all laughing at over here? And he said he's going to revisit his male whole. You know what, Brian? From your 20s.
I'm gonna visit my male horse stage from 20s.
So that boy say, y'all in these comments, man. I'm in these comments. Hey. But what it is, though, seriously, is that a complex about what we pretty much mentioned about they're lacking in a certain thing? Does that really affect your relationship with somebody? Hell
yeah, it does. Because you know what? If you are unable to be happy by yourself, you will not be happy with somebody else. You try to use someone else to compensate what you're lacking in the happy department, you're going to be disappointed because that person will not be able to provide it for you either. So I wholeheartedly believe you have to be happy with self before you can, or at least working towards it before you can ever be happy with anybody else. Because if you're not happy with your own self, no one else can fulfill that for you. They can't give you that. It's a false, maybe initially or maybe temporarily you'll be happy, but ultimately, if you're not happy by yourself, you cannot be happy with anybody else. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah, and that's and that's what I struggle with, because the first person I ever loved, it was like a whole body shaming type of deal. It was like, I need you to be a certain size, and I don't want you to be any bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And I struggle with that. Now, of course, I looked in the mirror and wanted to be bigger, but it was like I wasn't trying to, I didn't, because it's like, well, I like, this is what I like. I like slim girls, and I like, it was this whole thing. So, but I wasn't happy at what I looked like in the mirror either. So it was other people that liked it. Yes. I just love, I love how you look. But when you, like you said, when you don't see it in yourself, if you're not happy with your image, I don't care what anybody tell you, you're not going to believe it. You have to really accept who you are, look in that mirror, butt naked, flaws and all, and be like, you know what? I am me. This is who I am. I'm not going to change anything to make somebody like me, for one thing. But guess what? The next man, woman will. That person is not for you if he's looking at you a certain way. What I'm saying? That person it's somebody out there for everybody.
Right.
Absolutely. What makes you feel disgusted about a person, somebody else think it's beautiful.
Right.
That's just how I feel about it. Yeah. And I just said to Andrew, there is someone out there for everyone, and it's meant to be the person who will come into your life without you really having to do anything or go anywhere. Just have faith, patience. I didn't even see you coming. I'm just speaking off the head myself. So
right.
In line with what I had to say, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's somebody for everybody. Absolutely. And so I ain't gonna lie, I'm not that great at shooting my shot in messages. Yeah. Some people have anxiety about that. They don't know what to say and how to say it, and it's like, hey, you like that game over there? Yeah, I like football games. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm the opposite, J-Rock. I am probably more outgoing online than I am in person. I'm shy. Until, of course, I get to know you and the ice is broken and maybe we connect and there's, energy there that I'm feeling. then yeah, I don't hold back. But initially, like in person, I'm shy as fuck until, you know, some ice is broken. But online, hey, I'm friendly as fuck online. I'm very outgoing online.
Oh yeah,
but,
oh yeah, Miss Maggie, you know,
yeah.
and Miss Nikki, we just, you know. But I get that too, Nikki. Especially if, like, at initial meeting somebody, you can kind of, I get a vibe from people, and if I gotta feel like I gotta hold myself a certain way and look, you know, if I'm uncomfortable from the beginning, it's gonna be a bad night for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm already uncomfortable from this situation and it's a little awkward, oh yeah, it's gonna be a very quiet date, and it's gonna be to the point where I'm looking at my phone and fidgeting and ready to go type of situation. So it depends on the person. I can get a little bit like thrown off from it, and it's like, you ain't the person I seen online. It's like, well, you're not making me feel as comfortable either.
Yeah.
You know, but if we already started the vibe already offline, I mean, online, offline, and it's just like, man, you know what, because I met somebody not too long ago that actually we had sat there the whole entire time and had a freaking conversation. It was nothing related to anything sexual. It was just business. It was just, and we vibed the entire time and forgot the time.
Yeah.
That's the type of vibe I like. I just want to sit there and talk about my day with you, and we're just having a good old time. I want to feel like I can kick it with you, you know?
Yeah.
But if I got to feel like I got to watch what I say, I can't get with that.
Yeah, to me, energy doesn't lie. And to me, it doesn't matter if you're online or you're in person. Your energy can be perceived either online or in person. So it's easy for me to tell whether or not I'll vibe with somebody just in one conversation online. And some people are like J Rock said, there's no emotions through messages or through text. I don't agree with that totally. I think emotion can get misconstrued over messages, but also in the same breath, your energy can be felt and perceived, whether it's online, text, whatever. Of course, in person, their energy doesn't lie. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, what Dre said. I was very self-conscious about myself because I was picked on and bullied when I was younger, and it took up, and I was too. I was the skinny girl with glasses before I discovered contacts. And it was like, oh, back when the nerd word was more like, ha, yeah, you a nerd type of deal. So it was like, oh, you skinny, you're a nerd, you don't dress this certain way. Because I was awkward. You know, I was trying to come into myself, trying to fit in with people. That was my complex with things. So I was definitely freaking shy in high school, you know, in middle school and things like that. So, and of course, they didn't really pick on me to the point where, well, no, actually, yes, they did. They used to like take my coat, throw straw in it. Yes, I went to, it was back when my father, you know, my mother had a surgery and we ended up losing our house. So I had to move to a country town. These little ignorant people. And because we, you know, looked a certain way, skin tone wise, and, you know, this is back when my hair was, because if you ever see my daughters, they got long, beautiful hair, you know, long hair and everything else. And we were city women, you know, city girls. So we behaved a certain way. They was country as all get out. So we come in and, yeah, these little girls just didn't like me and was like throwing stuff all over the place. And yeah, I got bullied. I definitely did get bullied. I did. So it took me a while to kind of get into myself because it was just like, oh, you're just so skinny. You're just this and you're just that. So I saw that in the mirror as well. Because it's like, yeah, I guess I am too skinny. I guess I am. You know, and I look back at a lot of my time when I was, you know, little, I was. But I ate and everything else. So it's like people have their own complexes about themselves, people. And I shot my shot. Some went in and some have bricked and some were total air balls. But you tried it, though. That's all you can say about that. Definitely. I'm gonna jump off real quick, Nikki, because I think I have a son that's trying to get in stuff. So I'll be right back, people. Yes,
Okay.
I hear noise and movement.
See, what
so
was next?
yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna leave you at it, girl. You thought I was gonna
Let's
leave you at it.
move on. I don't know what was the next topic we had.
Hold on,
Let's go back and jump in. Let's see. Let me check. I'll check some comments while she's handling that. Let me see. Yes, J-Rock, I know what you mean. Yes, some people are better in person than they are online. And yeah, I understand. Derek said, I know off social media, I haven't gotten the oh no vibe. If you have been around me, you know. Yeah. Yep, had braces with the overbite, wore hand-me-downs and ears like Martin. I was an easy target, even though I played sports.
All through. He Terrence Singh. That's all that.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. A lot of people don't know I do have an autistic son, and a lot of people who have autistic children know they can be a little hyperactive at times and like to get into stuff. Mm-hmm. And I just heard a whole bunch of bumping and jumping and stuff falling. So I was like, let me go check the scene, because he was with sister, and apparently he getting out K-style. So yeah. Anyway, let's go back and jump that. yes. Yeah. I've definitely been bullied. And my thing is also, see, people take my kindness for weakness too, though. Like they see this little small, little timid little man. I'm telling you, I actually never been in a fight. Well, not at school. I fought a family member now. I ain't gonna get into that.
Right?
But guess what? Because they think that because I'm small and quiet, I was shy. They thought that it can push up on me and I wouldn't speak up. So y'all be overjudging these small, people that's quiet. Man, I went back crazy. They was like, whoa. Like every time I had some type of conflict, they backed down, because it was like, because I'm a little crazy. And I would defend myself. So I would fight you. I don't care how big you are. It was big girls, I don't care who you are, but you ain't finna just sit there think you can push me around and everything. Okay. So that's what I dealt with, people. So yeah, we can go back and beat them up. I'll hold them for you.
I'll hold them for you.
Yeah, right. Knock them out. And Dre said he had braces with an overbite, hand-me-downs, and you already said that part. I didn't hear you say that part. That was an easy target even. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. So what you got to say, Mike? And I see K Styles, you in here trying to say something. You ready to jump on? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I see K Styles. What's going on, sir?
Nothing. I was just listening to y'all and talk about y'all getting picked on stories.
What's going on? Yeah, and you gotta cut your volume down.
Let me my volume.
Lord, I'm gonna jump you off this
man. You got the whole. Come on, K-Style. You're supposed to be a professional. Look at you, man.
You are not a rookie. What's going on?
Hey, I ain't got nothing. That is not me.
Okay, well, some reason you got feedback in the back, so we just gonna put you off the screen then. Thank you, sir. But yeah, but it is what it is. So these people have, went through that in high school and everything, and then they grew up into these people, and that's why you see people that get, these body altering things, and they start putting on the makeup, wearing the wigs, and being, false. And then everybody, oh my God, you are absolutely gorgeous, and I can't believe this. And that's when they get that instant confidence, but that's not really you. It's not.
Do most of these people, like men and women, because I have a question, and it probably be completely left field with this, but I have a question. Are those type of people are more likely to indulge in things, as far as like the sex industry and things of that nature, people who have, been picked on and, they've been bullied in high school, they were the nerd, because I've seen stories like that, but I want you guys' opinion on that.
Yeah. I knew an individual that was body shamed because of her weight. She was definitely like in the 400 to, bigger size.
Oh.
Where she had to, it was, and it was kind of like that. It was her family, they kind of dealt with that. It was just a, genetic type of deal. So she got picked on and everything all in middle school, leading up to high school. And she got the bypass surgery, and they all did. She did lose the weight. She did lose the weight. But then guess what? That's when that big head got there. That that confidence came in, and then it was like, okay, now everybody likes what I look like. I'm looking like a little something, and it was all sexual. It was the conversation was sexual. Everything was sexual. Like you had to make them like you. So that's what it was. You always presented yourself that way, and that's what men was attracted to, because you just felt like you had to stand out, I guess, on other people. So let me talk about sex. That's going to get them interested in me. If anybody listened to who is the artist right about now? I can't think of her. Jane. She's a wonderful singer. She just came out with an album. I can't think of her name right now. But she had a song about. Now this was basically stories of other people. People didn't realize it was not her story. I can't. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna look it up in a minute. But she had a song on there about the lady was just basically saying, I have to offer sex to these people because that's what they like. Pretty much. If the song was about that, that's why she got into it, because she felt that that's the only way people will like her.
Creative Lynn said Adele. Was it Adele?
It wasn't Adele.
No,
black or white.
She's a powerhouse. Well, she not Adele, but she's another powerhouse singer. She did the national anthem.
I don't know.
Is she black or white?
She's black. Dang, why can't I think of her name right about now? I'm so mad about that. She's black. She just
American Idol.
I push your windows out your car. Her.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Because she just came out with an album.
Yes, she did.
Oh, I know the story that you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry about that, people. No, not Jennifer Hudson. It was Jasmine Sullivan.
I thought it was Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, because she just did the national anthem and everything else. But no, she has it's basically a memoir of other women. A lot of people thought it was her story, but it's a memoir of other women that are telling their stories, and she's singing it in the song. And this particular song, go back and check her new album out, is about, she was just basically saying that that's what I offer to men because that's what they like me for. So I'm going to offer them sex for the most part.
Wow.
So it can come from insecurity, but on the other end of it, it can be also, you just need to pay a bill. You can't get a regular 9 to 5 and stuff ain't panning out for you. So sometimes they just got to make ends meet. So it really just depends on the person. They just like, you know what, this is a quick way to get my hustle on and get my money. So I'm going to do this because I need to pay my bill. The baby got to eat type of deal. So not all of it is insecurity either. It's just about you know how people sell drugs. You sell your stuff to make your money,
I know what song Dre is talking about. It says, I talked about that type of woman in the song Memories back then. I remember that song.
So I was like, I don't know why. Thank you, Jasmine Sullivan. Thank you, sir. I was like, Lord, why can't I think about this lady's name right about now? And I'll try to find it and put the link so y'all can, know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So good point. Good point. Definitely.
Yeah.
And Kevin, K Styles, if you wanted to jump back on, I'm sorry, you couldn't. But let's go ahead and get into, let's wrap these things up. We've been here for about an hour now. Hey, Creative Lynn, how you doing, girl? But let's get into a little bit more seriousness at this point. Because no matter how fun and kicking it we do, it's just a lot that's going on right now that we can't escape it. We can't ignore it. So, I guess we'll start off with George Floyd. We'll start it off with that. Then we'll get into the other story as well. But justice was served, at least for the main person. Now, there's three other cops that will be going to trial, like they say, in August.
And even though, we, quote unquote, won with the guilty verdict on all three charges, which I, for one, was shocked at. I was not expecting guilty on all three charges. I wasn't expecting that. Even though we got the guilty on all three charges, the real justice for me will come with the sentencing, because if he gets the minimum on all three, that's not justice to me. So the guilty verdict on all three charges is a start, but for me, I'm not so quick to holler justice until in 8 weeks we find out what the sentence is going to be on all three of those charges. I think I read somewhere he could do possibly 45 years max, and I think that was with all three charges. So that would be closer to justice for me. If he does something like 5 years, 10 years, that's not justice to me. So, and then we got to figure out what's happening with those other three officers that were on the scene as well. I know their trials are coming up, but I'm not so quick to holler justice. It is a step in the right direction, because like I said, I was completely shocked. I was nervous as hell when they said the verdict was in. It had only been 11, 12 hours. I was like, wow, okay. So, I mean, to me, it was open and shut. To the world, it was open and shut. But as history has taught us, a lot of times we don't get the result that we want. So I was shocked and surprised and happy that we got guilty verdicts on all three charges. But the real test comes with the sentencing.
Absolutely. And I definitely agree with that. I went into this just not optimistic at all, because just based on history at this point, it's just like, okay, what are they going to do now? What's going to be the verdict? And that's what I was prepared for that.
Can you imagine had that video not been around? Can you imagine had that young girl not recorded the whole entire thing? Because without her video, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here with three guilty, verdicts on those charges. And that's the sickening thing. But we'll see what happens in 8 weeks when that sentencing comes down, because he needs max on everything, max.
And and you're right, Nikki. It is gonna come down to what that sentence is, and then his co-conspirators gonna get theirs too. We have to see, because in a way, and I'm probably ruffle a couple of feathers here, but I mean, it's a guilty verdict, but maybe they decided, we're tired of the routing. I mean, they acting the fool out there. Okay, let's just go ahead and,
shut them up. Let's shut them up. Because we were celebrating. Everybody, there was around that courthouse, that whole city was ready to act up. They were ready. So them folks knew. They knew. Had they come back with anything other than guilty, it was going to be some smoke in that city, in that whole entire city. So it kind of feels like, let's do this and shut them up for now. and that buys them 8 weeks of, quote unquote peace, and then shoot them down with, minimum sentences on all 3 of those charges. Then what you gonna do? Because you're gonna have the same situation. They're gonna act up. It ain't gonna be pretty if you go light on him with those charges. But it's like an appeasement almost. Like let's shut him up, because we know if we do anything other than it's gonna be hell to pay. So we'll see.
Let's say jury of his peers, sound familiar, anonymously found him guilty of all 3 charges for killing an unarmed black man. It's still a small measure. Yeah. So it's like it's still, to me, it's definitely in the right direction. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something a little different. All right, I'm gonna say it's a little different, and I'm just being honest right here. I could give 2 craps about him being guilty. Why? Is because until they put laws in place that's actually going to hold the conspirators up, like they're going to hold them accountable for their actions, not the police. Like, because the police is, let's be real, the police is not the problem. It's not the police problem. It's the guys, the captains, the people that put these laws in place. That hire these guys. Like, those are the guys that are the problem. It's not the police officers. Okay, let's be real about this. Because if they hold these damn cops accountable for what they're doing, then the cops wouldn't be out here doing the things that they do. You might have a crazy cop or 2 here and there. He slipped through the crack. But the true problem is these people who are in charge. They run the police station. They hold the laws. These are the problem. These are the guys that are really the issue. We got to hold them accountable for their actions, because this is going to happen again. These cops don't give a flying freak, because they know that they still gonna have their pension. They still gonna have their job, and their homeboys gonna look at them. They're gonna look out for them once they get fired. Once they shot this guy and they kill somebody, they know they're gonna be held. That they're gonna be held down by they people.
I'm gonna definitely add something to that. Just like that cop that was in Georgia that pretty much spoke out about the police department here, and he pretty much was like, no, this is not right. It's this so-called Pete. Well, they have this thing that you can't break. This police code that you have to abide by. We don't tell on each other. We don't call each other out. And he got a lot of backlash about that for speaking out. So you're absolutely right. There's these pacts about what goes on stays in there, and we gonna ride or die for these people, because that's our code. So I've definitely seen that in Georgia.
And can I say something about my Brian's? This is what I'm talking about. That's the problem. His Mike is right, but these 4 murderers submitted false information. That's the problem. If they submit false information, then they need to be held accountable by their superiors.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is the problem. People are going to
kill each other up.
Yeah, that's the freaking problem. So they can kill. You're going to have murderers. People get killed every day, but you got to be held accountable. That superiors got to hold them accountable and stop with this freaking police code, whatever this is. That's the freaking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the federal and local government has to want to change, but you guess what? Guess where that starts? When you go vote in your local elections.
Not just the main, right? I was just getting ready to say, not just the main presidential election. Your local ones matter more, probably, than the main election does.
It's like, no. It starts with your local elections, people. People don't, because I can go vote. Every time I go vote in the local election, guess what? I'm in and out in 5 minutes. The presidency, it's lines backed up. We got to have water in line.
Right.
Local elections, I can go in there and get my little sticker. Hey, yeah, I just took my lunch break and went to vote. Well, at least for Georgia. I don't know all around, but
it's the same for Texas. It's the same.
It's like nobody's voting, and some people like, oh, they had an election today. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So those local elections matter the most, if anything. So that's how I feel about it. And K Styles, did you put your hand up? Did you want to jump on? Let's try it again. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm no longer a rookie anymore, right?
What happened?
My stupid ass. It was me.
Okay.
We know it was
But what you got to say?
Hey, yeah, like you said, I'm not comfortable. Like Nikki said, I'm not comfortable until I get an actual sentencing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's not just these police chiefs; it's these DAs as well. We gotta hold these DAs to these accountability. They gotta do away with this qualified immunity. Like you said, it was a small victory.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the right. I'm cheering about the fact that it's in the right step.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm cheering about. Definitely.
And then when we get the verdict, then something else happened. I know y'all probably gonna talk about that one.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna let Nikki come on back for that, but we definitely want to elaborate on something else, because not every situation is a protestable, or if that even a word, a protest type of situation. So people don't know what district they are supposed to vote in, for starters. People don't do their due diligence and study and educate themselves about what these local laws are. But I definitely wanted you to come back, and so we can kind of get into the next portion of this. Now, a man's life was taken away when it shouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? 9 minutes and 29 seconds of a knee on this man's neck. Regardless of what you thought, you know what I'm saying? That is entirely too low.
I mean, that's just like, he's just arrogance. That's arrogance. He knew exactly what he was doing the whole time. You see that little fucking smug ass look. Excuse my language, but that freaking smug look on his face, like he knew he was about to kill this dude. He's like, yeah, I'm about to kill him, and what? What the hell you gonna do about it?
Yeah. But, and then K Styles need timeout. Yes, he do. So,
what, y'all trying to keep me out already?
No. So, the same night that the verdict was, I think it's the same night, I guess, wasn't it? The verdict was being reached for this particular case. There was another incident with a 16-year-old. I guess she was in a foster home, and there was other kids in that foster home. There was some confrontations going on with those young kids. Apparently, they got together and wanted to jump the girl, and a whole fight broke loose. Now, this fight had been going on now to the point where a police was called. Now, all these other adults that, so this is going to be, y'all please, because me and Nikki gonna give it to you. Everybody that wanted to holler, oh, this is a little girl. Where were you when they were fighting? Pull them off. What are y'all just, how people love to see fights and to sit there and, oh man, they fighting, y'all. Look at this. Oh, ha, ha, ha. And this girl pulls out a knife. Because if anybody watched it on CNN, they took it. It did the police. They put the report out, the video out, and they slowed it down to a point where you saw this girl was in here in action, ready to go on this little girl. On this other person, and it's like, they kept saying, so why not a taser? I'm gonna read a comment. Let me pull that up real quick. But
woo, it's some people not gonna like me after this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read this statement. I'm gonna read this statement I took a little picture of it, what they pretty much said about that, about the whole taser thing. So asked about the taser versus handguns, Wood declined to comment on the specific incident because he said if there's not deadly force being perpetrated on someone else at the time, an officer may have the opportunity to cover enough distance and time to use a taser. This girl is mid-stab at this point. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, stop. You're mid-stab. Mm-hmm. But if those things are not present, which it wasn't, you in the act of finna kill this person, and somebody could possibly lose their life, then the officers can use their firearm to protect that third person, he added. So that is what the statement they said. So of course, there's outrage and, this is a child and everything else. But this situation could have been prevented. For one thing, it didn't have to escalate to that point. While we're standing there analyzing these fucking fight videos that people put all over the internet, I'm sick and tired of it. It's a game. It's fun. It's funny when it's not happening to you. But it's your child now, and you're standing there looking like... so I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to let y'all say y'all piece. And tasers don't work all the time. So I'm sorry, I disagree with the whole outrage and Black Lives Matter and whatever, protesting. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Like it or not, people. But I felt like he did what was right at that point in time. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm gonna say. With I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go because we know we ruffling some feathers.
K-Styles, go ahead. I know. Go ahead, bro. Oh man.
See, this right here, what we would call a tricky situation, because the first fault that I would have to ask is the adults. Even this is a foster home, where were the adults to de-escalate this in the first place? Mm-hmm. Because ain't no way in hell they basically leaving these kids to run this house by themselves and letting this child bully somebody else. Now, like I said, it's tricky because it was kind of like a shoot first, ask questions later situation with a cop. That's where the people are kind of pissed off about that.
I mean, I understand that,
You could, like I said, that's where the understandability is. But like I said, outside of that, I have to put the blame on the adults of that house, of that foster home, the supervision. Because you don't let it get to a point where you have a child getting bullied, about to get jumped. And you're telling me that you didn't know that this was about to escalate to something that could have got worse. Yeah. As the overseer of this foster home.
These are 16, kids. 16. You're an adult. You can pull this person off. That's just how I feel about it. So I agree with you, Kevin. Well, K-Styles. Yeah. Sorry, I'm saying your government.
No. K-Styles is in Atlanta.
Oh, you Kevin today.
It's Kevin today, all right?
But like you said, then we have the situation. Like I said, I have to put the blame on the adults in the situation at the end of the day. Because you should have, like I said, you should have seen, like I said, this ain't nothing that just happened just then and then she pulled this knife out. In order for her to pull a knife out, this had to have been going on for
a little bit
while. And you telling me, and like I said, especially as y'all, as us being parents, and we see our kids getting bullied or something like that, we gonna nip that shit in the bud ASAP. Mm-hmm. Not even just parents, just like I said,
it's an adult period.
Adult period. Like I said, the deadly force thing, I don't agree with. But like I said, I'm just going to put mainly the responsibility on the adults in the situation. but not de-escalating it before it got worse.
And creative land, he could have shot her leg, or and yes, he could have pointed it in a certain situation, but at the same time, if anybody watched this video and seen how they were just, when you scrapping and fighting, your body moving this way, your body moving that way, so you know what I'm saying? It could have been
somebody else.
So
y'all, that officer is trained.
Go ahead,
He
Nikki.
is trained to neutralize the threat. That's what he's trained to do. That girl was about to stab the girl in the pink. Now, had the girl in the pink been one of your daughters, and I'm speaking to the ones who are outraged and calling the cop a coward and calling the cop wrong and trying to make it a race thing, they are trained to neutralize the threat. At that time, he saw a girl's life was in danger with a knife coming towards her. Mm-hmm. He didn't have time to think, well, should I tase her? Should I shoot her in the leg? Should I clothesline her? He didn't have time for all that. Mm-hmm. He only had time to say, he identified himself. He said stop, whatever his commands were. He shouted those commands. Beyond that, he only had time to react. He didn't have time to think about, well, maybe I should tase her. Maybe I should shoot her in the leg. Maybe I should, tackle her. He didn't have time for that. In my opinion, he did what he was trained to do. He saw somebody with a weapon that was about to use it on someone else, and that life could be lost. What I'm pissed off about is there's no accountability. You can't say cops need to be held accountable. You can't say that and not have accountability for yourself, because even she was the one that called the cops. So she was scared enough for that whole entire situation. She was scared enough to call the cops herself. Yet in the next instant, you're outside with a knife. You done pushed somebody else down before the cop shot her. She pushed another girl down and was about to stab another girl. This is girl number 2. She's about to stab before she got shot. Is the loss of life tragic? Yes. But I don't have an understanding of, you're so scared to the point where you yourself call the cops, but then in the next instant you outside with a knife and you stabbing and pushing folks. I don't understand how. I don't understand how we want to hold everybody else accountable except for ourselves. Because now I'm hearing there was a grown ass man there with her. Why did you even let her outside? I'm not understanding that. Mm-hmm. Any adults that were there should be charged. Yeah. The girls that came to the house need to be charged. Their mamas and daddies need to be charged. I don't have no respect for people crying about, the outrage and the cop could have did this, the cop should have did this. And what it all boils down to, as tragic as it is, that girl was responsible for her own death. Her mistake cost her her life. That cop didn't have time for all of those options and all that y'all are talking about. He didn't have time for that. But she was not unarmed. She wasn't innocent. He did what he had to do in the moment. And he wasn't heartless about it. He immediately rendered aid. It's not the same situation as the George Floyd situation. And that's what I can't stand, that people are trying to compare the two like it's the same situation. It's not the same. She was the aggressor. And unfortunately, she lost her life. I don't understand. I really don't. We can't hold others accountable and not ourselves.
That's exactly where I'm going with this, because like this is what I always say. It's like, for me, at some point we got to look at ourselves, and I'm gonna say something that may be a little bit controversial, but even with the right guy, it's like you have to take responsibility for your own actions. You cannot do things to put yourself in harm, other people in harm. She is running. Just picture, like I believe it was Nikki who said this. What if she's chasing your child with a knife? If it's your child, your mother, your grandmother, she's chasing them with a knife. What are you
You
going
would want
to
that
do?
cop to shoot to kill. You would want that cop to exercise the utmost. So
That's
I just
that's the thing. We gotta stop trying to compare every case. We got to use common sense. That guy is he's human. Whether he's trained or not, you got a split second to think about what you're gonna do.
Oh,
He's human. He's not a damn robot.
And you know what? And I want to get to Jason Nail's comment right here. And that's the problem. That's why these people's fight videos are viral, because of the fact that the very last part of right there is basically it's none of their business. So I don't feel the need to step in and do anything. But this is funny. World star.
Yeah, that shit pisses me off. I don't watch. If I see a fight video, I don't watch that shit. And why are you recording? Get your clown ass on some damn where. That shit is so whack to me. I can't stand it. And grown ass people, grown ass, parents, your grown ass condoning the shit. Yeah, whoop her ass. That kind of bullshit. I have no sympathy for. I have no respect for it. It's whack as fuck. Like, grow the fuck up. It's horrible. I know she was only 16. I'm not denying that. I know she was a child. The adults around her failed her. And her mistake of going out there like she was Billy Badass with that knife, her mistake cost her life. It cost her.
And we have a former officer right here that's been trained to protect and serve. I wouldn't want my child killed or anyone else, but that cop was in the right. He was actually protecting and serving.
Thank you.
Whether it's overkill and how
to neutralize.
I don't really care about, I'm not gonna say I don't care. I don't want to seem like I'm heartless that she passed away and she died, but we have to take responsibility for our actions. Every action. You cannot. These are cops. If you call the cops, why are you running? And that's
still showing out.
Why are you running after a girl with a knife? That made me believe that you were the bully. I'm just going to be real. That makes me feel like you were the bully and they got tired of you and they wanted to band together to get you. I'm just saying. We just got to use
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
Yep.
As at the end of the day, like y'all said, the adults failed.
They failed her.
The adults failed. After everything everybody said, the adults failed all of those kids, every one of them.
Right. Like you said, we don't want to see videos of kids getting hyped up by their parents to fight somebody. You're supposed to set the example. You gotta set the example. Like you said, if it's a situation where you gotta fight the other parent, that's your thing. And hopefully it don't come down to that. But if you ain't got no choice.
Yeah. And Dre McClendon said, I do and don't understand that being an armed guard in the service, you're taught to neutralize the target. Is 4 shots overkill? Could be, but what we're taught is to neutralize it. So
neutralize at all costs.
At all costs. And you might not be in the position to think of a taser at that moment.
Right.
Because she's in the process of about to stab. Like, if anybody go back and watch this video, she literally, and he's stop.
Yeah, that's no time.
Yeah. So
the adults had the opportunity to stop it.
To de-escalate that situation. If she had time to make a call to the police, come on back out with the whole knife. Come on, people. It probably was like, girl, get her. You got it, get her. Yeah, you got it. Oh, now she's a child. Oh, she's a kid. Sir, why are you standing here doing shit else about it. Why you want to yell? She's a kid. Where were you?
Mm-hmm.
This whole entire time, this whole fight, he walked up with the fight in action, people.
Yeah.
Put her in a chokehold, hold her hand, like lay down on her or something. You did nothing. There's plenty of ways to neutralize people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Whew.
it had to be said, people. You know, it's probably
Yes,
it won't be the
did.
most popular
Because
episode at the end, but
I just, we can't holler accountability for everybody else but our bullshit.
mm-hmm.
Stop.
You can't say the cops need to be held accountable. No, you need to be held accountable.
I
And so he kicked one of the girls. Okay, if you got that close to kick
his
them,
grown ass was basically fighting.
Yeah.
You kicked the wrong one. Is what you did. You kicked the wrong girl.
Who kicked the girl?
That grown man kicked one of the other girls that came to the house.
Oh, you talking about the one that was supposed to have been in the adult in this situation? Kicked one of the girls?
Yes.
I ain't. I haven't seen the video, but I've seen like clips and kind of people talking about it, and like I said, making my assessment from it. See, I didn't know there was another grown ass man in there, and he kicked one. So he basically instigated the thing even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Nobody talking about that part though. Nobody talking about that part.
Oh,
yeah.
So in actuality, what it sounds like to me is that like you said, these adults really need to get charged in this girl's death too, because they play with hand too.
Absolutely.
Yep. You know.
Definitely. And that's accountability for your ass.
And using guns. And James said, using guns and knives as an officer, you use deadly force unless an officer you feel you don't need to. A fight. Use a taser, non-life threatening. Use a, so basically, what we're saying, like if it's non-life threatening, okay.
Mm-hmm. If they're just fighting, there's no need for you to shoot. If they knuckling up, there's no reason to shoot. But she had a deadly weapon in her hand, and she was about to embed that shit in that girl. So what do y'all expect?
This is crazy, man. We got this going on. You got the Deontay Wright thing going on too. You got the Black Lives Matter organization being called out for the frauds they are. And what I found out about what Breonna Taylor's mama said really showed their asses. They said they made money off. They said they made money off her daughter's name. She went to a ride. They didn't even know they didn't even know who she was, and she was the mama.
She need to sue.
Oh, they doing that right now.
Yeah, because that's crazy. Don't be making money off my child's name. No, damn that.
They made $100 million off of the George Floyd death last year alone.
Wow.
Yeah, they sure did.
And none of the folks that were the actual protesters, like the folks you don't hear about it, ain't none of them got none of the money. That shit went to all LGBT organizations.
Are you fucking?
Yeah.
We gotta go because that.
Mike, I warned you.
That's a whole nother show.
So basically, let me break it down to you. From what I researched was the Black Lives Matter organization, which is different from the Black Lives Matter movement, which is like the folks that been riding and dying with this shit from the get-go. There's an organization with Black Lives Matter that is funded by the Tides Foundation, which is a right-wing organization. That's one thing. And that's where this Patrice Cullors thing comes in too, because she done finessed the game and fucked they hustle up by buying all these houses. Now, if Benjamin Crump's crazy ass come out on this case, I already know what the deal's gonna be. It's gonna be a settlement that everybody's gonna have to pay for. and he's gonna get about 45% of that.
Yep.
They be the main ones talk about justice and equality and all that time, and they doing stuff like that. Man, I tell you.
Yeah, like I said, it's not the people that's marching and protesting for the real. It's not them.
The people.
It's the
people in charge. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
the people in charge.
Yeah, it's the celebrities. It's the 3%ers. It's the Sean Kings, the Tamika Mallory's. It's all them that benefit off of it. But like you said, that broke my heart when I heard that. When I heard Breonna Taylor's mama, she went to an event, and they said they didn't even know who she was, and they making money off of her.
Wow.
Absolutely. And until the system is broken down and rebuilt, same shit's gonna happen. Yeah. So that's why let's just change. We're gonna have these conversations that you're uncomfortable to have. Because people try to skate around it and tiptoe around the real truth. There's accountability for everything. Not every single killing is need to protest. You got and there's two different sides of this story. Of course, we only got that footage. We don't know what the whole we only see what we can see.
Right.
So at the same time, it's clearly in that video, it's accountability. It was the fault of those adults at the end of the day. This could have been avoided. This girl could have still had her life at this point. If adults were adults and did what they were supposed to do instead of, it's a child, sir, what are you kicking folks? And it wasn't a child then when you were kicking them.
Hey, you said it was a grown man kicking little girls.
Yep.
What's wrong with going in the house and waiting for the police to come? If they out there jumping,
that part, like she called the cop. That's the part I can't get over. She was scared enough to call the cops, but somehow it went from that to you outside like me. If I'm calling the cops, man, my ass in the damn house.
In the house till they show up.
Until they show up.
Mm-hmm.
How it went from you calling the cops to you being outside about to stab some damn body, I don't understand. I just don't.
And Diane Nails, those adults should have been in handcuffs.
So,
need to be,
absolutely. Thank you. That's it.
They need to be held accountable.
So my question would be: was it these same adults that hyped this girl up to grab the knife?
We don't know. We can't
we don't know that part. We can't answer that, but it went on long enough where everything was still going. She called the cops, and you understand, people. Do y'all understand when you call a cop? Sometimes they're not getting there like in 2 minutes.
They don't know. They don't know what they're running into. That's what I'm saying. It's like
they got to call somebody up to get somebody who's right out there in that area. It might be a few minutes in between that time before you see a cop show up. They ain't just around the corner and boom, they there. So some time had to pass before this officer showed up. And they're still going. This girl still had a chance to make a phone call, come out with a knife, fight, ready to go. And y'all still fighting and then looking at it and laughing probably about it. Get that girl, you got it. And then the cop shows up and he's like, wait, stop. She ain't listening.
Yeah.
That's
exactly,
Dre
got
that exit point. Dre got that excellent point. That and I'm sorry, Nikki, but like that's it. He should have handled that situation. If whether you have a knife or you have a gun, you put her in the house where she's safe from either hurting someone or getting hurt. Throw her in the house and you stand by that door, and whoever comes to that door, they get it. That's how a man is supposed to handle a situation, not outside beating up little kids.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, anybody that has ever knew somebody that ran houses like that, especially certain type of homes, like those group homes and things like that, it's all about, discipline. These people have troubled lives and they're already fighting and acting a fool. So you kind of already know how these people act. So you know how to handle a situation like that. It shouldn't have got to that point. You're dealing with children of teenagers that's going through some things. I'm pretty sure it's fights all the time, you know, in between that, because they're living a very horrible life at this point, you know. So I'm pretty sure you knew what you should have been doing, but you thought it was cute and funny that all this was going on.
So they can have something to type social media. I'm sorry about that. Go get my. I'm sorry.
I got 2 words to say about that. And I normally won't say this online, but it just sounds like straight bitch nigga.
That part.
It really is. That's
we don't
pretty
sugarcoat here, so.
Like I said, like I said, if you're a man of the situation, you instigating it and you kicking the girls instead of de-escalating it, you acting like a bitch nigga.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to these last couple of comments, then we're just gonna go ahead and just close it on
because
up.
snowfall is coming on.
Yeah, so snowfall is coming on, so we got to get on up out of here. So people, appreciate you guys tuning in to us, share the content out. We as Black America must get back to being a community. Yes, instead of promoting this stop snitching and being closed off. Absolutely. That's the comment of the night.
But you
that is the comment.
You gotta have the people that have the right mindset in order for that to happen. Like you said, it's going to be a portion of us that just not gonna make it because we don't have that sense of unity.
Okay. Yes. Let's go get to these after shot. It's just basically promoting. So subscribe to Lush Exchange if you're on Facebook and social media. Get on over there and get us to 500. Me and Mike are getting ready to start up a new show pretty soon. Yes, we decided that we wanted to kind of include, expand this motivational things because Mike loves to talk about it. And so we're going to make a show about just focusing on a lot of that, directly. Okay. So we'll let you know about that a little bit, Nikki, on Lush Exchange. Okay. So I know you're trying to get the snowfall. So go ahead and jump off out of here. So subscribe to us and, do what you need to do. Anybody else? So we can go ahead and deuces because it has been 2 hours, people.
Yes. Y'all hit that share button and hit that subscribe button.
Thank you.
That's it. That's just share this content out. Please, if you have anyone that has any issues, they suffer from anxiety, they just need someone to talk to, Lush Exchange is the place. Please do not allow your friends, your family to just suffer in silence. If you see them hurting, if you can't offer them the, whatever they need, if you can't offer them what they need, that's why we're here. That's why you have friends. That's why you have people that like shows like this, Lush Exchange, Miss Nikki, Maggie, K-Styles, myself. We are here to help. All right. We can even, point you in the direction of getting help. This is what it's about. So please share this out to everyone.
All right.
I love it.
All right. On that note,
see y'all next week.
What you got, K-Styles? And then we out.
Hey, I'm about to say, y'all just hit something on me with that one because I actually have a lot more I could say about it, but
we can continue it. We can definitely continue it. We can continue it on another show. You know what I'm saying? So we can let's rewind this back for another time. Definitely. Let's put it on our notebook.
Only thing I will say is you help those that want to be helped. Because you got some folks that out there that might be going through some things and they just might not want to be helped. You give them everything that they need, but they still revert back to the same thing. It's like, hey, I can't keep giving you this energy if you're not going to want to help yourself.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, yeah, like a lot of us ain't gonna make it unless we change our mindset, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's right.
Agreed,
people. Check out those motivational videos on Lush Exchange, and we up out of here, people. Appreciate you. Peace.
Bye,
Go watch that snowfall, Nikki.